That is nothing but, okay, there is nothing but whenever that programming structure will be there, okay, you have to follow you might have seen in the books, okay, the header is going to be that particular font and particular size that should be there. For the heading it is going to be different, for the subheadings it is going to be different, okay, for the text it is going to be different, and wherever that it needs a bold, okay, italic, all those things it is being mentioned over there, and you have to follow that particular structure. Whether it is followed in our product or not, that you should check. As a part of product standards, as a part of process standards, the versions are going to be get releases. Every version is going to be get checked. Different versions are going to be there, because first version some flaws are going to be there, that is going to be reviewed and it is going to be get executed. The new versions is been released. Like this, review process are going to be there in the process standards. Programming style, it is very important thing that you should follow it, okay. In the process standards, plan and approval process, project plan will be there. According to that, whether it is executed or not, approval has to be processed, okay. Then project plan format, any project that you will be going to do it, for each and every programs the format will be given, plan will be given, so that you should meet that particular format. If it is not going to be met, that is not having a good quality, okay. So in the case of process standards, change control process, if any modification comes to that, then it has to change that control process and should execute. So previous one, if you are going to compare, the new one should be changed, because the requirement is going to change. Change request form, any process already it is been existed and it is not going to be used at all, and new format it has come, then you must specify that change request form you have to give it, and that should be changed. Format is going to be get changed. In case of process standards, test recording processes, already these standards are going to be there. How to test that particular recording process, okay, so that it should be mentioned, and whether according to that you are testing or not, so that it has to be standardized, and these are the attributes it is being given. According to that you should test, whether test is passed or failed, that you should specify it. There are some problems also there in the standards, because up to date software information must be there, it should be relevant, but we'll be having any products, any softwares, so what they're going to do is that product is going to be always in the changing format, something that the new thing that it is getting added up into the versions, so that versions it should be get updated. If you are not going to be updated, we are not going to meet the exact output, so the problem is going to exist in that. Second thing is that bureaucratic form filing. There is nothing but so many forms that you want to keep it for the things, and it should be get updated. So every time that it is going to be doing that same task is creates some problems. And third one is software tools, okay, and tedious form filing work. Always whenever that new tools are going to be there, new tools are getting generated, whether it is going to support to the system or not, that should be checked. You should not unnecessarily implement that particular tool or force the tool to use it, okay. If unknown that is a tool is going to be there, and if you are not going to accept for this particular project, you should reject it. If you force it, the problems are going to be more in that. Standards development. So here when we say that some standards are going to be good, okay, so how are we going to develop these particular things? So by using everybody should involve in the practitioners, and they have to develop it. So these are the standards, okay, that you have to meet. So I am going to say for my product, these are my standards. So according to that, whether it is done or not, whether it is met or not, that the review has been taken. Based on the reviews, that should be checked and it should be verified whether it is acceptable or not. The standards have been met or not. Those things are met. If the standards are going to be met, then that product is going to be good according to my standards. If it is not going to meet, it is going to be a failure one. Okay. And too many formalities like form filling and all these things. If it is going to be more clerical, if it is going to be there, then it is going to be the tedious one. It is not the good method of development. Okay. Sometimes web-based forms also not good for the application development. As I said in the beginning, that ISO 9001 is a standards. Okay, ISO 9001 is standard one. It is going to be works for the software development, which it is going to have design, development, and maintenance. So these things are getting applied in that. Whether you are following whatever you've been said, how you will be going to develop that, how you will be going to design, how you will be going to collect the information. Okay, then maintenance of that product, whether you are going to do it or not, those things you will be going to specify in the beginning. According to that, whether you have been done for that project or not, that it is going to be get verified. If you have been done according to that, then ISO is going to certify that your product is going to be correct. If the said format, if it is not going to be there, then suggestions will be given and later on that should be accepted. If not at all met that particular thing, okay, the standards if you have not met, then non-conformance are going to be raised. It means that product is not going to be good. They'll certify it on that. Or a specific thing, if it is going to be considered, this particular model is not followed that particular format, so it is not going to be acceptable. That also they can able to provide. So standards are going to be analyzed by using external authority. I am going to say that these are my standards for the development of the project. Whether these things have been followed or not, that should be verified by the external authority. He is going to certify that whether it is correct or not. Okay, that is the ISO format. ISO peoples are going to visit and they will be going to verify the documentation. Once it is accepted, it will be certified. A certification they will be going to provide for that particular software. If not, they are not going to provide the certification. Some core processes of 9001 format is there. Business acquisition, design and development, product delivery process, then production and delivery, testing, service and support. I said all these things, whether you followed or not. First question is that individually that they will be going to ask. So if all the things are going to be accepted with the proper formatting and all these things, they have followed all the information, whatever that it has been said in the beginning, then that is going to be accepted. If not, that particular model is going to be the failure one. Okay. Same thing, this for the product. Okay. So here what happens basically is management thing. So business management, supplier management, supporting processes, configuration management, and inventory management. So these are all individual things again. Here also it is going to be checked how much the managerial process that you have been done, okay, processed correctly or not. Those things that they will be going to verify with the documentation. If it is going to be correct, that is going to be acceptable. If it is not, non-conformances are going to be raised. Once non-conformances are being raised, it is going to take a little bit of time to overcome all these things, and again re-audit is going to be done and they will be going to verify again and they will certify it if it is going to be correct. For the quality management, ISO 9001 is preferred in this. So here it is going to say that ISO 9001 quality models standards are going to be there. So those things, whether it is going to be met or not, that it is going to be checked in this. Organizational quality manual. So each and every